We're live. Okay. Welcome to Antria Live. It's August 17th. Krustlet. Okay, and I'm going to I'm updating the GitHub table as we speak here. GitHub K8s prototypes. I'm going to add the show here under Antria Live. So you all want to introduce yourself before we get started?
Yeah, so my name is Ami. I work for VMware, and we are here today to learn about krustlet, whatever it is.
Yeah. And we just learned that, like, what's the deal? Like, do they work on it still or not?
Yeah, it looks like they're not working on this anymore. So let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Heck yeah. And I'm Andrew. I work for Red Hat, and I've been working on admin network policy for a while, so we can talk a little bit about that.
Okay, cool. And okay, you all know me. You all know who we all are. We've all been on here before. So okay. See if anybody's here. I don't think people are. No, we don't have a lot of friends today, but that's okay. Rustlet. Okay, so
man, have you been looking at Rustlet at all, or is this like a first? Are you guys diving in now for the first time? I was looking at it the other day. Oh, no way!
It's our first time. So, what was the link to it? Can you put the Dimitri? Dimitri's here.
The link.
Oh, cool. Dimitri's our KPMG friend. So let's start with the network policy working group update, Stoikas.
Yeah. We'd love to talk about some network policy stuff.
Yeah, let's do. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So as of this quarter, I guess a couple months ago, the V1 Alpha 1 version of the admin network policy finally merged. But let's take a step back and talk about how this all came about, right? There's cluster admins all over who are using network policy. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's the number one thing wrong with that? It's that network policy wasn't designed for the cluster admin. It was designed for the developer to secure their applications. But in Tree, there are no tools for cluster admins to secure their clusters at whole. So therefore, you have a cluster admin that has to maintain X number of network policies for X number of namespaces, and that's no good. So it's pretty obvious we needed a way to apply policy to the cluster as a whole, globally scoped, right? And various vendors have, their own solutions. Antria has a cluster scope policy. I know Cilium does. Everyone kind of did their own thing for this, and a lot of them look just like network policy, except cluster scoped. But the working group identified a lot of problems with existing network policy, and we took those into our two-year designing stage of admin network policy.
Okay, so the admin network policy fixes some of the existing issues with the network policy API.
Yes.
And gives us new functionality.
So mainly it removes the concept of default deny. Like no longer do you have this weird implicit deny that happens only when you have network policy. Like admin network policies can be read as is. If you want to deny traffic to a workload, you write a rule to deny it. Nothing else happens in the background. There's no magic implicitness that's happening. So it's not following a whitelist model anymore. That's one of the biggest things. There's also a couple different things where we really tried to design the API around extensibility. Today with network policy, there are certain new features people want. One of those is a service selector or a service account selector.
Yeah.
But it's almost impossible for us to add new fields in a safe way, because what if you have a CNI? It's the age-old problem. What if you have a CNI that doesn't know about the new field, a user, but Kubernetes does, and a user applies a network policy as a new field and creates a security hole? there's ways to deal with it, but not in a generic manner.
Yeah.
We also looked at how we could safely, extend this API by being more explicit. So those are two, I think, pretty main highlights.
Okay, and you feel like you've solved the generic extensible API problem here.
We've solved it in a way by being super explicit. Okay. And part of that comes with not having any more default intrinsic denied behavior. But it's still something that plagues every API. Like there is no generic way to do it. But in this one, yeah, we've designed it so that in the future we can add new selectors. In the future, we can keep iterating on it. And it's out of tree. So that makes things a lot easier as well.
So how is it that the default deny behavior changes make the API more extensible?
Mainly because failing closed was kind of an issue with network policy. And I got to say this in the right way. Tim is like the man when it comes to explaining this part. But that's something that hung a lot of folks up with network policy in the first place, was like, you have our default Kubernetes networking model, right? Everything can talk to everything. But the moment you apply any network policy in the namespace, it flips everything on its head, right?
Okay.
And,
by the way, hi, Marco, Grayson. I see you all showed up to hang out with us.
hello.
Thank you. Okay, go on, Stoichus. Yeah, sorry.
And I'm a little rusty because I haven't talked about this in a while. But basically, the problem always is going to be like, how can we force implementers to fail closed in a scenario when they see something they don't know about in an object? Well, they probably wouldn't even see it. See, that's kind of the main problem. So it's like, if we want to extend the API, either we make the API explicit enough so that we can communicate to the CNI like fail closed, or we push the complexity to the CNI and they need to have mandated admissions controllers saying like, oh, here's a new field in network policy, we don't know it.
Is that in the spec that I'm looking at here? Like,
So it's actually better if you look at the actual API that merged. Let me get the link for that. So I am in dire need of help with this. And
what do you mean? This is it. This is the design details.
So those are the great design details. That's what we agreed on in the KEP. What actually merged in the V1 Alpha 1 version of the API is a bit different.
Okay.
And we need to update the KEP to reflect that. But here's the link. But currently, I am kind of bogged down and just trying to get some documentation off the ground for the API.
So where do I go? Package, API, types?
API, no, it's out of tree. So it's in Kubernetes SIG's network policy API. I sent the link in the private chat here.
I bet I can just type it.
Might be able to.
Okay. Where is it? This one, admin network policy types.
Yep. What's a good thing to look at? You can probably, I'm looking at it right now too. Yeah, you can look at the shared types.go file, and I'll give you kind of an example of one way we addressed extensibility. So if you look at the line 27, admin network policy subject.
Yeah.
This is kind of straightforward, but it's overly explicit. Like we built this so that every field here is a pointer and you have to select one of them, right? So if we were one day to implement a new way to specify a subject, right? So call it maybe service account selector.
Mm-hmm.
And a CNI didn't understand that new field, they would automatically know to fail safely because they know that exactly one of those selector fields need to be specified. So that's like a way to do it in the API.
Fail closed. This is failing closed, right?
Basically, yeah. Now, there's also the discussion of, well, why don't we just force like
where is that implemented? So this is a new struct.
Mhm.
And so why is it that a CNI is going to fail closed? This is because it's a.
We're talking in the case that one day we add a new way to specify an admin network policy subject. So we would say next release, we added a service accounts field there, and it's a label selector, right?
Mhm.
So if a user specifies a service accounts selector here, and the CNI hasn't upgraded their API spec, they aren't conforming to the latest spec, they're going to see that, whoa, wait, there's nothing selected here, right? Because exactly one of the fields need to be specified. And so compare that to network policy, where what happens in a lot of cases in network policy where you don't specify anything. So say you leave.
So it's this line 24, exactly one field must be set.
Right.
So
and
this
kubelet
line
validation.
24 is like,
It's
this
helpful.
is like the thing. This is a new thing. And
it's not new. It's just a concept. It's just a way of API design.
it's
So
because this kube builder validation
that does it automatically for us.
that the kube builder validation makes it so that when you create a new one of these objects, it fails if none of these are set.
Right. And so
Okay, I got it.
Now let's rewind to what network policy does, say for specifying a subject of a network policy. Do you know what the default behavior is when you leave it blank? What does network policy do? Do you remember? And
If you don't set anything.
Yeah. So say you want to, like, what does that network policy apply to if you leave the selector empty? There's a default behavior.
Everything, right?
Right. Exactly. So no longer do we have assumptions like that. Like we're trying to be super explicit, because then in the same scenario, say you added a new selector type to network policy. What does the CNI see if it doesn't understand the selector type? It sees a blank space and it selects everything in the namespace. So you could accidentally allow traffic to all pods in the namespace when you only meant to allow it to one. So it's like it gets super detail oriented super quickly, and there's a lot of ways to skin the cat, but our general overall arching construct was like, let's be more explicit. Let's not have like default undefined behaviors, and hopefully it'll make it easier for us in the future.
So like these implementations normally have like these tiers and like more complex thing. Is that something that you are thinking here, like to have some kind of layering and priority across this implementation and the network policy and how these interact?
Oh yeah. So in this implementation, I'm working on documentation that'll really highlight it and have some diagrams on how that works. But currently there's two objects within this API, and I actually have this image. Let me pull it up. I have an image that'll answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to find it.
And we're 10 minutes in, so while you find that, bring it back and I'll show it, and then let's ask Grayson. Grayson, what's the can you link us to a screenshot or the link of the final proposal for the multi-cluster Antria network policies? Because I've been curious about whether you can use that to do things, for example, like make it so that, you know, if I could have in a CAPI situation where I have a control plane, where I have a management cluster and a workload cluster, if I could somehow make it so I could, inside my management cluster, specify a network policy that cascaded down to the workload cluster and the management cluster had the same policy, or vice versa, if I could do that from a workload cluster, just out of curiosity. Oh, I think you added a link in the private chat. Okay, here it is. Okay, Stoikas put this link here.
That was, what link is that? That was the old link. That was just to the API. I'm trying to pull this up. I have like a whole website in progress that I'm doing.
That's fine.
That literally has everything. But the short of it is the new admin network policy API defines 2 objects. And one object, the admin network policies, have a priority above network policy, while we also have baseline admin network policies, which are going to be a layer below network policies. So then you can kind of express both things.
Okay.
And that PR I keep talking about is this. So if folks like are super interested, they can, I think I can put it in the comments.
Okay. Which one?
So yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's take a look. Oh, I need to get my, why is this here? This needs to be here. Okay. Create a website for admin network policy. Oh, okay. That's nice.
So I'm literally copying, like if you go to Gateway API, you can look at images. ANP API model is the one I was trying to find, but it's like a clear SV. I don't know, it's a PNG, but it's just, oh, I guess that works. So like, that's kind of the relation between network policies and the new API, both objects, and then looking at the personas of each. The cool main use case for us for baseline admin network policy is to flip the cluster from default allow to default deny, so that you can express sort of a whitelist model if you want to, but you have to be explicit about it.
Okay. So if I have no, got it. So if I have no policy, my baseline is applied. And then if I have network policies, those will override that. Mm-hmm. And then if I have an admin network policy, that will override anything that the baseline has. Okay.
Right.
And the baseline and the admin are both added in this. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wait for Grayson. Maybe Grayson will come back. I don't know if he's still here.
Yang. I mean, Yang was because Yang was working on multi-cluster network policy for Antrio too, wasn't he?
Oh, is Yang here? That's great.
Still on paternity leave.
He's
been on paternity leave for a while.
I'll take what I can get. Whatever. Anybody. But okay. I think the bottom line is nobody's here that can answer that right now. So let's go. Let's go to our krustlet.
Yeah, let's move over. And point of the matter, shout out. Like I need help with admin network policies. So if anyone is excited and wants to get some commits in, let me know.
Okay, help. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely, Stoikas has been working on this for like 2 years now, and he's got other things to do.
KPMG.
People are always asking how they can get involved, and like it's like just show up and do something, anything.
I'm screaming for help here, and it's going to be a cool API. We already have sign on from Antria who's going to implement it. Google just told me that they're going to work on implementing it for Cilium, and then I'll be working to implement it for Oven Kubernetes, which is what OpenShift uses. So that's 3 pretty big vendors.
Yeah. Do we have issues filed for updating the NetPol test suite?
No, because I think we were discussing first updating Cyclonus to work with admin network policy, and then have sort of like a conformance suite that implementations can run. So like that we don't have all these implementations doing varying degrees of implementation, like of various levels of feature implementation. Like we want people to support everything.
Yeah. Right? So what are we gonna do with these then? The entry tests.
The entry tests will stay the same because network policy is an entry API.
Okay, so as long as they're entry, so until the admin makes it entry, we don't change the entry test.
Right. And the admin may never go entry. I mean, Gateway API, I don't think has any plans on that.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're copying what Gateway API is doing. Like
I got you. Okay. Gotcha. All right, cool. Makes sense. So then you're right. Cyclonus is the place to do that. Okay, cool.
And I've been working to import Cyclonus into that same network policy API repo.
Yeah.
It's on the list, but I need help again. It's just
okay.
Help wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big help wanted.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so folks reach out in Sig Network Slack to Stoicus. Krustlet has a lot of documentation. The first documentation page that it says that it okay. A high level overview of how it's organized. The introduction takes you a hand through a series of steps to run an application on a Krustlet. Start here if you're new to Krustlet. Topic guides. So how do I so I download it and unpack it, and then I move it, and then after I do all that, I don't want to download it. So then after I do all that, so after installing the Krustlet, you'd like to get started and see something running, go check out one of the demos. So
it seems like Krustlet is pivoted their main use case to being able to run WASM in Cube, which is pretty cool. WebAssembly.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah. WebAssembly is awesome.
And so these are not container. These are containers.
They are.
They like that's curious because they are building this WASM binary inside on a container, and they can publish in their registry. You can install the same way as you do in an OCI image.
Yeah, there's a new spec out of Solo.io that defines how you can package WASM modules in a container image, which is cool.
Who are these people? What is this?
I'll send it to you.
I mean, what does this have to do with the other stuff?
It's kind of, we're digressing a little bit. There's a ton of
because
stuff.
they have
they drive a lot of stuff on WebAssembly. Yeah.
WebAssembly is a whole nother field, but I just pulled up Krustlet's website, and the first thing they show me is it says run WebAssembly workloads in your Kubernetes cluster. So that must be their main marketing point, right?
What's WebAssembly supposed to do?
It's just a binary format that's super portable. It's supposed to be compile once, run everywhere. It started in the web, it started for web applications, but now it's being used all over.
Right. So the deal here, Jay, is you write your code in Rust, you compile this in a binary, put an OCI, and run on Kubernetes.
Write in Rust, put binary in registry, run in K8s.
With Krustlet, because Krustlet knows how to handle that type.
Okay. Versus what we do now, which is write in any language, put in a registry, and run it on a kubelet.
Kubelet runs it, yeah.
Yeah, this is compiling WebAssembly language. So you have another container protection layer of isolation inside this WASM thing.
So why is this thing on the left better than the thing on the right?
Because I don't think Kubernetes out of the box, or kubelet out of the box, knows how to run WASM binaries.
Why do I not want to run WASM binaries in a container?
It's not that you're running them in a container. I guess you can, but it's that how that the container runtime, which kubelet is calling out to, understands how to run WASM binaries. I'm probably not doing justice at all, but
it's fine.
I am not a WASM expert, but I have some folks on my team who are.
Okay.
There is a quick start with step 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's easy to follow.
Okay.
I love watching you do stuff live.
You can bike chat, Jamie.
Okay. Grayson, by the way, answered the questions. First, he said sorry, he was thinking about stretched network policies. But then he said, in short, multi-cluster admins can define cluster network policies that can be replicated across the entire cluster set. No, but I meant stretched network policies. I meant the one that span different infrastructure, Grayson. So I think that's what I meant. Recently, there are some design changes. Okay, so the update there is that we need to update the docs with the design changes, and that's totally fine. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and see how things were going. So if you have any links or images, Grayson, on the thing that spans infrastructure, let me know. I'm happy to show people. I think it's the stretch network policies. Okay, so let's go back to the quick start. Where's quick start? Quick.
Krustlet dev website.
Krustlet. I've been writing a lot in Rust lately, and it's been a saga. It's been like hard, but because it's fun. I did eBPF, and I was tired of writing eBPF in C, and there's this great Rust-based library to write your eBPF programs in Rust and your user space programs in Rust, so you can stay consistent.
Okay. An error occurred trying to talk to. Why do I have?
Why do you have Foxy proxy?
I don't know.
is that a real
Rust.
thing?
What, you don't like Foxy? I use it all the time.
I've never heard of it.
How do I turn it off? Turn it off. Jesus.
Yeah, it's great. Doesn't work.
Okay. Okay, so this is it. Here we go. So then I go to docs, right?
They have an awesome website. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Write your first app. Write your first app.
Write my first app.
On the left, yeah.
Oh, so you want me to write an app before I even install this thing? Let's sort of walk through the creating your first application. Okay. We're writing a C program?
No, let's go in Rust. Oh, but you need cargo installed. Maybe you don't have all.
Do you have Rust installed?
I don't have anything installed. I don't even know.
It's a one-liner. It's so easy. Here, let me.
This will take forever to run cargo.
Yeah, cargo is kind of slow, but it's not that long. Here, I think all you literally have to do is this, Jay. The magic word. The magic. That's one thing I like.
Yeah, give me some curl.
That's what it is.
Oh wow, I love. Yeah, okay. So you want me
install Rust and then do this. Oh wait, no. Are we wrong? The C code here uses. You probably still need Rust to run Rust.
Yeah, there is option. There is another option below that. So yeah, get some binary from the internet to run that.
What did you give me? Oh, is that like supposed to be? Is this supposed to be one line and you gave me like a two? Okay, whatever. I don't care. I'll do this. Okay, one. Proceed with installation.
Default, yeah, just do one. This is just installing Rust and all its fun ancillary stuff.
Okay, so we're installing Rust. Okay.
I wonder if anyone. Ricardo's on vacation.
Why are you doing everything in the private chat?
I can't do. I don't know how to do the.
Marcio, what's up, man?
Rust.
Marcio knows a lot of Rust. He's a friend of mine.
He's your friend. Oh, okay. Well, he's my friend too now, because he showed up today. Okay. Stable. Okay, so can I do Rust now? Can I just type the word Rust?
Your script doesn't work.
You can do you might have to refresh your terminal.
I have to source it. That's fine.
Yeah, and then you could do cargo, Rust up. There's a couple different commands. Cargo is
cargo is what is cargo like the
runtime go mod? It's like go mod. It's a package manager.
Oh, okay.
But in Rust, they're called crates instead of modules.
Okay. Okay, so in Rust, I've got crates. Rust terminology. So I've got cargo, and that's like go mod. And then I've got crates. And what is a crate? That's like a package?
Yeah, it's like a module.
Module or a package. And then I've got, okay. So now I've got cargo. So here's what I can do with cargo. I can build, check, clean, doc, new, init. So I do cargo init, CD entry. Jesus Christ.
Well, if you want to write a hello world, that cargo init will literally write a hello world program for you. But I think we're getting I don't think you need to do this for running krustlet. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I think there is another example in the quick start. If you go down a little bit, there is a Rust example.
Wrong
No, they,
page.
oh, holy crap.
It's in my Firefox.
The one with virus.
Here we go.
Go down, go down.
Yeah, go down to the one option 2
Yeah.
from Rust. Oh, you passed it.
Right here.
A little
Yeah.
more, yeah. Just let's see the whole thing. Go up a little bit. You can do it. There you go. Option 2 from Rust.
I have to do cargo. Yeah, I have to make a new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something in here? Okay.
So a cargo.toml is essentially a Go mod. Like it's just keeping track of the dependencies, or in this case, crates.
Okay, so what do I got in here? All right. So I've got this, and I've got a toml. Okay. So inside the toml, is this big enough for people to see it?
It's fine.
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay, so in here I've got a println. Okay, that's self-explanatory. And then I've got a package. The package has a name and a demo and a okay, the name's demo. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so this will do something. So okay, so now I've created this. In order to build it, now I need to
Well, change your source code to that program they actually have. It's a little different. If you scroll up,
I think
like
it's sleeping on a loop, so it doesn't kill the container.
Yep. So just copy and paste that into your thing.
Okay, cool. So now
you might have messed up that copy paste. You're missing a bracket.
It's fine. What do you mean?
It's fine.
What do you?
No, you're right. The formatting is just wonky. I thought you were infinite looping. My favorite.
Yeah. It's totally fine.
Okay. I trust you, Jay. You've been doing this longer than me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna screw this up. Okay. All right. So Rust up. What did I do? So what did that do?
So that's just adding the basically backends to compile WASM code. I don't know why they want you to do that, but they're compiling it to WASM. They're compiling that binary you wrote to the WASM format, the WASM binaries format.
I think you are running in a random directory.
No, I'm in the same directory. Do I need to go into demo?
The one, yeah. Awesome. It's finished. It's fine.
Yeah, I think it's good. What else does it have you do here?
Okay. And so this thing is smart enough that if I change it, it'll recompile it. Is that what's going on here? It'll say,
you need to run cargo build again, but yeah. You don't have to keep doing the target add. It already did that.
Okay.
So see how in that cargo build, you're passing target. You've imported the target with the cargo target add.
Cargo build, and then I have a target. Okay.
And your binary is now probably, there should be another directory. If you do ls, there should be a release directory now there.
Target.
Or it's in target, yep. And your binary is in release, I think.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's a lot in here.
Yeah, but demo.wasm is what you're worried about, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like an executable. So if I do this, it's like something I can run?
Yeah, but not here, right? That's why.
Yeah, right.
Can I do cargo run? Yeah, see?
It does work. So cargo run does it
what do you think? Did you think I was? See, you thought I wasn't going to contribute anything.
Where's their God? No.
How is it that okay, here we go. So I can cargo run this
cool.
thing.
That's super cool.
Right, you are running a WASM binary on your machine. That's cool.
And that binary format's super flexible. Like I think you can compile once, like truly pretty much compile once, run anywhere. Like on an ARM machine, AMD, like PowerPC, anything, I think. I don't know the details though, but it's that's like the fancy bits with it.
Okay, so this is like I mean, doesn't Go do the same thing? I guess it doesn't. You have a different binary for every runtime. You're right. So that's the thing. So I have something that cargo can run anywhere. So this is like like almost like a JVM type of thing.
I don't know much about Java.
That's what Java is, right?
Run
once, run anywhere. So we've reinvented the JVM here.
I think it's a little smarter than that, but I'll let the WASM pros
okay
argue that one out.
All right, cool. So, all right, so now I've had this running, and now what's the next thing?
I think run it in a cube cluster, kind cluster, something.
Okay, so now, so part 2.
Yeah.
What is a registry and what is WASM to OCI?
So this is what we were talking about.
Yeah, so now I take it. Oh my God, Azure. What are you talking about?
You don't have to do that. You could push it anywhere.
Okay, I got it.
You have to build it first, I think. Oh, maybe that does it for you.
You don't have this WASM OCI. I think you need to install the...
Do I use cargo for that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Scroll up.
Can I do this?
Oh my God.
No way.
It's magic.
No way. No way. It is pretty, the cargo is pretty smart.
Wow. Okay. So now I install this and then I'm going to, this is really not hard.
So
I don't think I need you.
If you're, you never need me. We need you, man. So if you, in the private chat, can you post it in the public comments? I posted the WASM tree master spec. How do I go in the comments? Do I have to go on the, I have to go to the YouTube?
No, you just click at the top. It says comments.
I can't.
Dude, I don't think this is
you can't see the you can't click comments here?
I can see them, but I can't write to it because I'm not an admin or something.
It didn't install. It's only
updating the...
Yeah, I don't think it worked.
Okay, whatever. All right, fine. Just keep using the other thing and I'll copy paste your shit to the... Okay. Wait. Not fine.
It didn't work.
So how do I install it?
Scroll up.
Probably we need to read the documentation again. Oh, there is a link to the...
Why would they expect me to have this? Oh, because they have it in the... Okay. Here it is.
Because you're skipping over everything.
Okay, I got it's fine.
Oh, Otis.
Wait a second. There has to be an easier way to... Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
How can it be any easier than this? Oh, come on. Now I can't download from GitHub?
Bro, GitHub.
What? What is this?
GitHub is dead.
GitHub is down?
It was acting fun.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, okay.
The world's on fire.
Oh no.
Move to GitLab.
During the middle of a TV show?
Oh gosh.
Can we cut this part?
Good thing there's only 3 people here today. Oh, damn it, GitHub.
Let's see.
All
is
right.
there a better way to do
No,
this?
I know what we can do. We can just find somebody's put this somewhere on the internet. Bundle bar. What's this thing? Linux.
Oh wow, it is. Everything's down. Holy cow.
No, but you can get it from here. But download bundlebar.com WASM to OCI version, right? So if I get it from this bundlebar.
Say bundlebar.
Can I app search it? Sudo app.
Hey, it just downloaded for me, so it might work. Try the curl one more time. I manually downloaded it. And
it's back. Okay. Good job.
Momentary outage, 99th percentile.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a
someone's
good thing we
working
were all
hard.
testing that in parallel. Okay, so now it'll work.
Yeah, but we
Okay,
need
so
a registry, you know.
Yeah, you can't just push to like a quay. I could make you a repo.
I have a
on
registry. I know how to
Oh.
do that.
Quay.
Jesus. Okay. Sudo. All right. Well, to OCI. Okay, it works. All right. So now what do I do? So now what do I push though?
You're literally packaging your little app that's compiled to WASM into a container image and then pushing that container image to your repo.
Yeah, but what is it called? What is the name of the? Oh, I see. So as long as I do that and I'm logged into Docker, it'll work.
Maybe.
Fine. So if I do, okay, JUnit 100. What is it? I think if I just do this, it'll work. WASM.
They're doing something where they're like making you do it in Azure. I wonder if a bunch of Windows people wrote these. Because
yeah, why is it all in Azure?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Okay, so what did it fail to do request?
I think Daisy is from Microsoft, not Daisy, right?
Is it like junit100.docker.io? Is that what I do?
I think you need to make a.
What?
No, wait a second.
Okay.
Can I just get my login info? How do I get my Docker URL?
The pattern for your registry URL is URL \name : version. So I think it's like your junit.docker.io -krustlet tutorial : latest, or they tagged it with v1.0.0. It's right there in the website. So scroll down. See right there.
Yeah, so then that should have worked though. Docker. Docker.io. Oh, it's docker.io. It's never mind. It's this. Docker.io /junit100.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that'll do it. What? 403.
Forbidden.
I think you have to make that repo on your docker.io account. Like if you don't make it first, it won't make it when you push a image. I could be wrong, but
why would you have to do that?
I don't know. That's what happened to me the other day with Quay.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird.
So can I call it that other thing that already exists, Sonolark? I'll just call it this. What do I care? Nobody's using this. This is totally why you should never run. This is why you should never run anything from Docker Hub that you don't know what it is. Because that definitely exists.
Maybe it's not using. Use.
So it's saying failed on manifest, unexpected. It's a forbidden.
Maybe say insecure. No.
Is there like a login step?
Yeah, there was, but they did it with the AZ binary, which is specific to Azure, obviously. They logged in.
What is this trust server? Trust the certs?
But in your WASM to OCI command, did you push demo.wasm? And were you in the right dir?
I pushed demo.wasm.
Yeah. You have to be in that same target dir where the demo.wasm file lives and say, oh, you did do that. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that should have worked.
I mean, we could CD in there, but I don't think that would change anything. So what is forbidden here? Docker is saying that Docker
Maybe
is,
maybe
yeah.
you're logged with another account in your Docker, and I have
Well,
like
okay, let's
multiple.
try something else. Can I push this? See, I can push this.
Oh, it says right here on their GitHub, this project is built with the ORAS. I don't know what that means. And currently works with, it doesn't say Docker Hub. It says distribution, Azure Container Registry, Google Container Registry, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Yeah, it says note that trying to push a WebAssembly module to Docker Hub is not supported at the time of writing this document, as Docker Hub does not accept unknown artifact types.
oh man. What? That sucks. I pay like $10 a month for my own personal, because I assume Docker registry would work for Docker.
Let me make a let's see if Quay works. I'll make a repo real quick under my name.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Cloud. I mean, I have a Google Cloud account. Can I do it in GKE?
But then you have to like, do you have a registry already set up? That seems annoying.
I think I have
How hard could it
AKS
be?
as well.
You're working. Okay. So what do I compute registry? What do I do? Container registry. All right. We'll see who gets one first. Okay. Can I make one here?
Can't give you a registry because then I'd have to give you the credit.
I'll try artifact registry. Yeah, if you can just DM me the creds, or if you want, enable. Oh, so Google has some new registry API that is like a superset of all build registry things.
Mm.
No, I don't want to scan my. Okay, so now I have this. So how do I push to it? Show info panel, labels, permissions.
Select repo. You have no repository yet, so.
Okay, so I need to make one. So how do I make a repo? Like create a repository.
Sweet.
WASM, Docker. What? I don't know. Where do you want to do it?
I can't see this very
Should we
well.
do it in Brazil? I mean,
Oh yeah, I can.
let's do it. Where should we do it? Let's
US
Sao
is
Paulo.
well,
Let's do it in Sao Paulo. Okay.
Ricardo's PC.
Yeah.
That way, if there's a problem, Ricardo can fix it for us. Okay.
He's on a beach. He's chilling.
Can I just do Google? Okay.
Sweet. This is kind of cool, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. So let's see if this works. So we're going to make a registry.
It's because now there's like a new. Dove deep
Yeah.
into this the other day. There's like a new artifact type that they've defined, and like some container registries don't understand it yet, and Docker must be dragging their feet.
But they say I can paste this. So does this work?
If you have, yeah, sweet.
Okay.
Well,
So now what? How do I push to it now? How would I ever figure out? So I do South America East docker.pkg.det. I mean, will that work?
No, that doesn't seem right. Is there like usually there's a command like how to pull, and then I just copy that.
I don't know. What if I do this? Push refers to a registry. Oh, wait, I meant to do WASM. Wait, I don't know what I did. I meant to do that WASM. So here's my idea. What if I do this?
No way it's South America East 1 Docker. There's no way.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it would...
That was totally.
you have the entire bucket of South America.
No, wait.
There's nothing. I have, yeah.
It might be that. No way. Come on, baby.
Oh, man.
You should have a push command
It's
somewhere.
just,
Here,
that's what it is. WASM. This will do it. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is gonna
No
do
way.
it.
Come on.
Okay, come
On the edge
on.
of our seat.
It's taking longer than as if I did something totally dumb. Okay, 400 bad request. So we were able to get to the. So we did something right, because if I did this, it just fails instantly. See? So we did something right, because if I do this, it'll fail. Oh, that's where it failed. So bad request. Oh no, for forbidden. See, so even that's right.
Yeah, but is it right?
So
Like I
the
feel like
problem
that.
is here.
I feel like there's no way that's the pull tag. It has to be like gke.io. You know, it's not going to be South America
No,
dash East one.
because
dash
look,
Del-
everything is working except it's the failure is happening here.
No, I know.
It's a bad request. If this was wrong, right, then I would have gotten a different error. So the issue is this WASM. So it's like it doesn't like that.
Wonder if it works. I wonder if they support that repository type.
Yeah, maybe it's that it doesn't work on Google either.
GCRIO. GCRIO.
I think it doesn't work on Google.
I think
Does
he,
this-
I think you should do GCRIO. I don't think there's no way that that's the image tag. Can you imagine people pulling that and being like, "I'm gonna pull from Southeast, wherever that was."
No, but I did this.
I get you. I get you.
You have.
So create a. Okay, so you want to create a
You already
Google
did.
container registry? Oh man. Oh, so you're saying I see what you're saying. You're saying if I did
What did you do? What did you make? There's so. Did you do an artifact registry instead of a container registry? It definitely has to be a container registry, right?
I did artifact registry because that's what it's. If you try to do the container, it gives you a big guilt trip about how it's. Okay, fine, we'll do this. Let's pin all this. Oh, look, I'm getting good at Google Cloud. Maybe they'll give me a certificate or some shit. Okay.
Oh wait, what's?
Whoa! Here it is.
What?
Did it work?
Oh no, never mind. I already created that. Okay, so let's go back. I think
artifact registry is like S3. It's like a bucket. It's like just a memory bucket.
No, they're saying that they want you to use that for everything, and this is like an old.
What the heck? Well, then it should support
What?
it.
Yeah, you're being forwarded to the other.
Yeah, see this? See, I told you this is the guilt trip. They don't
Wow.
want you to use this. That's fine. So what do I do? So now I create. How do I create one? Reload.
Boy.
Learn.
There's no way to create a
Oh my god.
turn on public access to initialize a registry. Push an. That's what I want to do. I want to push an image. So how do I push it? Maybe it's just this JUnit 100 GCR.io.
Yeah, try that. Just
Like that.
no, GCR.io/JUnit 100/wasm. Remove all this other stuff.
Here we go.
Oh.
401 unauthorized.
You haven't logged into that one though, right? That's the problem.
Yeah, so I have to authenticate to it, right? So push an image, so I have to authenticate. So there's probably another Google Cloud thing I have to do, right?
Here, scroll down, pushing the first image. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right there.
G-Cloud, container, images.
List.
Only listing images in gcr.io/junit100.
So
Okay, so I can do that. I can say Docker. I can try this. I can say Docker.
can you push some random image on your machine to that registry?
Yeah, I can say Docker images, Docker tag this as gcr.io/junit100.
Yeah. Test.
Okay, and then I can do Docker push gcr.io.
Oh my god. You don't have permission to perform.
Well, I know, but they won't tell me.
There, that must be the link, right?
Okay.
They have about 1 million links.
Why doesn't it just say, like, here's how to log into the.
It's JCloud login, bro.
You scroll so fast, I can't even.
gcloud auth login.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so now I go here.
Oh, yeah.
This has got to do something. This feels good.
Is
This
that the
feels
right
like
account? Yeah, you have to do it on your other account, I think.
What other account?
That you just click through on your Gmail, but aren't you doing? Didn't you just make that container registry with your?
No, this is my.
VMware?
Yeah, I'm logged into my.
VMware one.
Oh, I'm logged into my VMware.
I think. Go to your that.
No, this is the right one.
dashboard.
This is the right one. I'll try it again.
What?
This content section has been provided by the app developer. This is your thing, Google. Google gave me this link.
Maybe your gcloud CLI isn't up to date.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Is there any other way I can push to? I don't know if I don't have any other way to do this. So, okay, so I can't push to Docker because the format's not right. Oh yeah, Junjin, please do share that because nothing else is going on. So
we were so close.
We're okay. Let's see if
We're
he
going to
shares
quit
that.
at this point. No.
We don't. I'm not saying we're quitting. I'm just saying that like we're just making a tactical retreat here. So what? What is the? I've been watching the news. I'm learning all these new like war terminology to use. So what's the thing that I need to do to so I can't log? So maybe I can update gcloud. Is there Google APIs? Is this a copy paste error? Like what is this? Invalid request. Let's just try this again.
Oh, I don't think we even need to do this because if you go to part 3, the image is just from. Oh no, you do have to do it. It's from my container registry. Never mind. Ugh.
There's no public.
I know. I don't know why they should have made this a little bit easier.
Is there a public thing I can run that somebody's already pushed this?
I'm looking. I think we skipped a bunch of stuff too. We didn't do the quick start, which is like booting a Kubernetes cluster and then boot a krustlet node. Like we were just trying to deploy something, but we don't even have krustlet up and running.
Yeah.
But there is a kubelet, a kind instruction, so it's pretty easy, I think. Holy cow. There's so many steps. We're just like trolling right now.
I mean, blog samp. This one is, I can just do this.
Yeah,
Right?
see if it exists.
Like, why can't somebody just push it to a public thing?
Because must have been made by Windows, and they just didn't realize that all their stuff's behind a firewall.
I'm sure somebody's pushed one to some public registry. What? Nobody wants to share their. Oh,
Guess
I have
what?
an idea. I can use grep.app to search for somebody who's pushed this somewhere in some GitHub repo.
Yeah, there hasn't been much development on this. It might just be that this stuff's old, because I'm looking at the commits in Krustlet, and like there's only been a few all the way back to October of 2021.
Oh, so maybe it's like not funded or something anymore.
Yeah, not fun at all.
Which is weird, because their website looks so fancy. Krustlet 1.0 coming soon.
Here we go. WASM Cloud. Here it is. Let's see if this.
No, that's going to be some Azure custom registry that someone spun up. That's the problem.
What about this? This is maybe this is it.
I'm going to go check out the Krustlet Slack.
Look, this is. I can pull this.
Okay.
Can I just run this?
Invalid root FS and image configuration.
Oh yeah. See, this is what happens when you try to run it a WASM thing in Docker. It flips out and says, "So you can't run. So you can't. You can neither." I don't think you can do this in kind then. Oh, unless you have the Krustlet.
Krustlet,
so Krustlet must. So Krustlet's its own CRI then. Okay. The Krustlet is implementing the CRI interface somehow, so that when the Krustlet starts a new container, the CRI implementation calls a totally different binary. Is that the idea?
Yeah, to run the parser of the WASM, right? And
yeah,
run the WASM.
It's a separate. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Can we just highlight that the actual Rust pieces were really easy, and then when we started doing Krustlet, it was like,
I mean, it's 5:00. This is as far as we got. Yeah. So, I mean, the fact is that in the process of learning this, we learned that basically this is an unmaintained project at this point. And so the problems are,
the last conversation in Slack and Kubernetes Krustlet Slack was on June 25th.
As of June 25th. Okay.
And before that, there wasn't much.
Needs an Azure registry to run. Can't use docker.io. Okay, I mean, this is a good conclusion to reach. The people that want to run a native WASM kubelet in Rust don't use Krustlet, at least not yet, and not unless we hear back from them. So Krustlet folks, if you see this episode and want to join us sometime to talk about where it's headed. Okay, cool. So yeah, doesn't look like we can get this working today, or maybe it's not maintained. That's fine. Junjin, I'm going to hang on for a second. If you've got the latest multi-cluster network policy feature, I'm happy to at least show it to people for a couple of seconds. We'll wait a minute here. I don't. Antria proposals. Oh, they have a roadmap. Windows support improvements, IPv6, Antria network policy started in Antria native network policy. Oh, this isn't. I think this is kind of an older. I think all this stuff is. V1. Oh, main. Yeah, here we go. This might need to be updated. Multi-cluster networking, we would extend Antria's CNI from a single cluster to a multi-cluster and implement multi-cluster features like multi-cluster services, cross-connectivity. Do you know of any other CNIs that do this, Andrew? Or is Antria the first?
No, there's a bunch of, there's a lot of components that try to abstract away the CNI, like Submariner and Scupper. They do multi-cluster networking without like CNI specific bits. So then you can connect clusters of different CNIs. I think that's the future.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's easier when you know exactly what's on the other end.
Okay. So there's this alternative to this, which is using Submariner and things like that to federate policies across clusters.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah. And I know there were some folks looking at multi-cluster network policy or the concept of it, and whether or not we could just extend network policy and admin network policy as they stand today to work across multiple clusters. Or, Cilium does the same thing. Cilium has cluster mesh, but that means that every cluster in the mesh has to run Cilium.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Okay, so Cilium, cluster mesh, Submariner, and what's the other project you mentioned? Scupper.
Scupper is more of like a layer 7 multi-cluster mesh thing, and Submariner's more layer 3.
Okay, cool. All right, this is a good place to end, I think. Thanks, JuneGen, Stoikus, Amim, everybody for coming. This was cool. I learned how cargo works. I haven't played with it before, but I'm going to have to find something else to do with Rust other than run the krustlet.
I'm writing an operator. We'll play with that next time.
Maybe we can play with that next time. Yeah, let's do that in a couple of weeks. Okay, cool. Next week, we'll look at 14 days. Look at is that the KPNG operator, or what is a different operator?
No, it might not be ready in 14 days. It's for something we're building called BPFD, which is a daemon to deploy BPF programs a lot easier than it is now. And we're going to deploy it in a Kubernetes cluster. That's my goal right now. So I just got done writing kind of like the startings of a spec similar to this WASM spec to define how you can ship around BPF bytecode in container images or in images.
Oh, okay.
You need Azure for that?
You
need Azure for that?
Are you going to WASM? Are you going to use this WASM thing somehow?
No, we're not using WASM yet.
Okay. Yet.
There's room for everything. WASM's cool. WASM.
You could make it so that you could write the BPF program in WASM, and then you
in WASM. There's no such thing.
And then when you run it, it auto generates the C code, and then the C code gets, I don't know.
That's already
okay. Yeah. My brain's about to explode. Let's call it. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Thanks, JuneGen, Grayson, Dimitri, everybody who showed up, Marcio. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Peace.
Bye.